film review, jumping into the Raiders film back from week 12 in Vegas. The NFL season is officially over, as I was just watching the end of the Bills and Dolphins game, so it is set that the Miami Dolphins will head to Arrowhead to play in the wild card game next week. So interesting game. I will get to that in a podcast later on, so be on the lookout for that. But let's get straight into this Raiders film from Week 12. It was in Vegas right here. The Chiefs on defense, and just a big tackle right here by Jaylen Watson. Does a great job right here getting around the defender, able to make this play on a quick jet sweep. And Watson does a good job to take the defender one way and kind of end up pushing back the other way, seals off that edge. Willie is in the middle. Karlaftis kind of on the pursuit. You got Reed on the next level. And Watson just does a great job at getting right here to the tackle. Willie would have been there for the assist as well. So great play there by the defense. Back on offense, or I should say first time on offense. This is a catch right over the middle of the field by Sky Moore. But really the main thing, and Sky Moore is out for the year on IR, but does a good job on the route. And this play really just kind of looks like it was designed up for him. You got three receivers on the top side, all taking a little bit deeper of a route. Sky Moore kind of coming across. Almost seems like a screenplay to a point. But Sky Moore takes a really bad route, I thought, right here. He has a moment where he's got a block. I think if he cuts this in, he gets more yardage than he ends up getting here, because he just takes us all the way to the sideline and just not a lot of room at that point. MVS, and I think that's Kelsey there, were the two blocking for him. So Kelsey and MVS, and just right here, you got to cut that back inside, at least try, because at the end of the day, the risk versus the reward, you're probably going to get to the same place that you got here anyways. If you get stopped right there, trying to make that cut back up to the middle of the field. But I think you have to try. Just a bad route that Sky Moore takes on this. A quick little motion by Kelsey as we see this from the other angle. And Mahomes just gets it quickly across to Sky Moore. You're probably going to be one-on-one with the safety there. And even from seeing from that view makes me think even more. Definitely should have cut that back up towards the middle of the field, because all you've got up here is the safety. You got another DB kind of trailing that way. But still, either way, there's a lot more yardage to be had, I think, right here than there is taking this all the way to the sideline like he did. Second drive now on defense for the Chiefs. And just going to get a quick delayed blitz right there by Leo Chanel that causes the pressure and throws off the entire play. Spags has been on fire all season with his play calling, everything that he draws up and designs. And you got six right here up the middle. Leo shifts back towards the middle. And just a four-man rush in the beginning. Chanel checking. It looks like, let's go back to this and see. Looks like he's looking at the check down. Oh, there was no check down that way, so maybe just double checking. Either way, so Chanel, again, he's going to shift back towards the middle of the field. Just kind of hold, waiting to see. Maybe that was the lighting. I thought he turned his head towards the right, but great pressure by Leo Chanel, and he's had a pretty good season. Back to the third drive for the offense, and this one also just kind of shows where the offense has been at this year. And I feel like since the bye, we saw in the Philly game, just some miscues and guys just not on the same page really. And that's really been the story of the offense in the second half, because the Chiefs have showed glimpses. But right there, Mahomes just airing it out, not where he thought Watson would be on that play. And again, though, just seems like if they could just tighten this up and the Chiefs have a chance heading into this wild card matchup, if they can tighten things up, they're playing a team that they've already beat. I do really think that the Chiefs can still make a run. I think they can still make a run, but this offense has to shape up. Anyways, that's for another time. Right here, Raiders back with the ball, or I guess they still had the ball. I'm getting off topic here. No, we're to the fourth drive. Fourth drive of the game. And this one right here, this was the big run play by Jacobs. And they're just going to hand it off to the left side, and Jacobs just finds a space. Great blocking by the Raiders right there, and really nobody deep to help. Mike Edwards getting stiff-armed out of the way. Didn't really take a good route to Jacobs either. But again, back-to-back, you're kind of seeing what has plagued this team, and why I put these in here, because they were just back-to-back drives where you get a miscue on offense, and then the run defense absolutely breaks down, and that's where the defense has had trouble this year, is with the running in the run game, obviously, where they've struggled, but a great defense nonetheless this season for the Chiefs. Big play by Sky Moore, and this one I put in here too just to kind of show. I mean, Sky Moore can do some things right, and this is a great play where he just makes a move and makes a man miss. Nice gain, and again, back to the Chiefs, they show these flashes, but it's just not consistent, and that's really the issue, and been the issue with the offense all year long. Again, Sky Moore down to IR. Maybe he will be back next year, so maybe, something that we can kind of look at and be like, oh, okay, these shorter routes, and I think for Sky Moore, that's really the idea. I think that's really where he does his best work. That's what he's shown on tape this season. Staying with the offense, and this right here, the magic is still there. And again, this is one of those plays. It just shows you, this team shows the glimpses. They show us what they can do. Kelce, just a quick motion over to the left side, and really just a throw that not many people are probably going to make anyways. Almost triple coverage right there. You got a lot of black jerseys around, one white jersey right there, and just puts a ball right over the head of the defender. I mean, look how close that is right there. Kelce catches it. Big time gain for the Chiefs. And again, the glimpses they show. A little bit later on the same drive, Mahomes kind of looking for somebody, and he finds Watson on the left side of the end zone. Looked like Mahomes was thinking about that check down kind of early on this play, looking to the right, going through his progressions here. Doesn't like what he sees. You look double team right here, but right here in this space, going to easily be able to make a play. That's where Mahomes goes back, surveying the left side of the field, seeing what Kelce's doing. Looks like Watson has fallen down right there. And now your check down, he's going to swing all the way out to. Oh, no, it doesn't even look like he looked that way. So he's just kind of looking towards the middle of the field. As soon as Watson gets up, there's nobody back here around him. Mahomes just kind of saying, hey, stay there, and you got it. Touchdown Chiefs in this one, and just kind of improvising. Wanted to go to the right side, goes back to the left. Watson falls down. Easy money. Nobody around him. Looked like the same, similar to the touchdown he scored against the Eagles. Just a quick handoff up the gut, and these Chiefs have done a great job at running the football this year. And I think the more that they've ran it, the better that they've been throughout the year. Everybody doing their job. Quick double team. Tooney quickly gets up to the second level, and Pacheco's able to work his way free. You got your left tackle pushing up as well there, getting a good block on Spillane and helping Pacheco make that a big game. Pacheco out in motion, so everybody out, nobody in the backfield on this play. Pump fake, Mahomes moving to his left, and another one that's just only one of those just Mahomes plays. Seems like only Patrick Mahomes does these kind of things, and just looks like he's throwing from shortstop. Moves up in the pocket to the left side, and just a kind of jump and flick of the wrist. Rashee Rice wide open in the middle of the field as well. And everybody's kind of, trying to get down to get the pressure, especially thinking Mahomes might end up taking off and running. But Rashee Rice is just going to come free right here in the middle from the left side. You got three receivers up top, and then you have Kelce and Pacheco down here on the bottom. And kind of that middle of the field just kind of gets open, and now as Mahomes moves up, Spillane is going to get out of position, and that's what's going to give Rashee Rice the ability to just catch the ball right over the middle of the field pretty much freely and getting up to the 15, 14-yard line, looks like, for the next play. Again, Pacheco, quick motion out, get everybody out in the receiver position, and see how the pocket goes right here. Wanya Morris in at left tackle, and I think this is the game that he did end up getting some snaps in, as he's taken most of the snaps the last few weeks. Now here's just a quick kind of play action into a screen to Pacheco, and it works perfectly as he gets all the way up, and that's a big touchdown for the Chiefs. All the way down the field. And I can't remember if this was the exact next play from the big Rashee Rice gain. I don't think so. Quick screen. Wanya Morris does a great job on that play too. I'm going to go back to... Oh, we got way out of here. I'm going to go back to the sideline view just to kind of see this block that he ends up making. Man kind of comes free. He realizes that the end realizes this is a screenplay, and Wanya Morris able to just kind of get this block to get him from not making a big tackle, making a big loss of this play. And Pacheco just does the rest. Everybody else kind of just blocking perfectly up the field. Pacheco works his way around everyone in for a big score. I do like the play design here. Everybody doing their job, though. Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith all the way up the field right here. And Pacheco gets a big touchdown. I like the little play fake, though, to the screen. Here's a little bit better run defense that the Chiefs had a little bit later on in the game. And this is what you want to see. Obviously not as much of a stretch play as the previous run that went for the big touchdown, but everybody just kind of doing their job and filling all of the holes. Jacobs wants to bounce it back in. That closes quickly, and once he gets to the outside, I think that's Drew Tranquill that just comes free and makes that tackle. So they force him back outside, and a big tackle for Drew Tranquill there. 7th drive now. This was one of these plays that Mahomes just kind of missed on. I do remember during the game, people really complaining about this, but you have Justin Watson, and now let's go back to that first play that we looked at earlier on in the game where they missed. It was a miscue from Mahomes to Watson on a similar part of the field, and at this point it's too late. And at that point, you've got a very long throw to make with the defender in the middle. Not going to be able to make that play happen. But if Mahomes lets this ball go right about now, because you got in the middle of the field 2 guys dedicated for Kelce. They are double teaming him. And so at that point, Watson is wide open. You have one high safety way up the field. But a little bit too late. I think that's Crosby that gets in on Mahomes, and he ends up taking a sack. So this is one of those kind of miscues with Mahomes. And I think between the confidence in his receivers, because we did see the exact same, kind of play earlier, part of the field where Watson was, Mahomes throws him the ball, and they're, not in sync whatsoever. That's 51. Crosby is the one that actually gets the sack afterwards. So big play for the Raiders defense and just a miscue for the Chiefs offense. And that they've been, hammering all this stuff out in the film room as well, trying to fix these things. Here's just a quick toss play to Jacobs, and this is a great play by Josh Williams and Justin Reed that came up to make the tackle. But again, more of what you want to see out of the Kansas City Chiefs run defense. The run defense has been the issue on defense. They've done a great job in pass coverage. They've done a great job getting to the quarterback, but it's just the run game. If a team can really run on them effectively and throughout the game, but there were these moments where the Chiefs could make big stops in this game, in the run game, and that was one of them right there. Back on offense, the fake. You fake one way and go the other way. A double screen right here. And I like this play design too. And just kind of making things simpler and easy. I think if the Chiefs can get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, just like this, quickly, I think it's the best chance that they have to win. But just going with a fake to Noah Gray, he's got two blockers out in front of him, but Spillane is looking to crash down on that. And so you feel like with the offensive line going to the right side, for the most part, you've got your center, your guard, and your tackle on the right side going out with Pacheco, making an easy lane for him. And at that point, that's Tooney in the middle of the field. It's already ready. He's saying, let's go. Pacheco cuts it back inside, kind of goes back outside, tries to, and a nice gain for the Chiefs. Again, I like that play design with Noah Gray just kind of going in motion. MVS goes to the near side. And then now the orbit motion from Noah Gray. Fake to Gray, turn around, quick throw to Pacheco. And let's go find some space. And that's when this offense is the best, I think. I think this is when this offense does its best work. Get your playmakers out in space and make something happen. And this one right here, just that. Fire the ball down the field. Rashee Rice gets a huge gain. Let your playmakers go to work. Again, when this offense is the best and when they're, playing their best football, I feel like is when they're just kind of getting their playmakers the football. Watson is going to work across the field, MVS working up the field, and Rice just coming back across to the left side of the field. And he just beats the DB there. You got one high safety, really nobody on this side of the field with all of Rashee Rice's momentum coming this way. You only really got two men to beat, and you got MVS in front of you who makes a great block for Rashee Rice to cut back and score the touchdown. You can credit with some help on that one to MVS for a touchdown. So, he's been a high-paid blocking extra lineman out there, essentially. He's had his moments. His highlight reel is probably deeper on the blocks than it is receiving the football, but big-time play by Rashee Rice. Does a great job, and again, just get it to your playmakers, get them in space. This one right here, right up towards the end of the game, defense trying to help seal this game off, and they just come with a huge blitz, huge pressure, and Spags, drew it up terrifically. The way that he was able to get to Aiden O'Connell on this play and help to wrap this one up. Justin Reed shifting towards the middle, and he just comes free pretty quickly, but even quicker than him over on the edge. Looks like they bring another DB out to McDuffie that comes. So Drew Tranquill and George Karlaftis both kind of move out, go into coverage. You got McDuffie from the right side. Huge gap there with Dana taking the left tackle and chaos going on in the middle with Chris Jones and Justin Reed. Omenahue's taking two, keeping their eyes on Karlaftis here. McDuffie does a great job as he's done all season. So another film review here in the Raiders game. Obviously, we'll look at the Christmas Day Raiders game coming up as well, working to kind of get all of this caught up and maybe trying to get all these film reviews up from the last few weeks up maybe before the playoff game or sometime into the playoffs, and then we'll look. I think I'm going to go more deep into just looking at specific players for the Week 18 game against the Chargers that the Chiefs won today, just because that one's more of a, it's a week before the playoffs. The starters aren't playing for the most part, or, no Mahomes, no Kelsey. So I want to look more into like FAU's performance and some things like that, rather than just a film review as a whole. So we'll look into that. But these last few weeks, I'd like to try to get up on the channel before the playoff game maybe. But another podcast will be on the way. We're going to talk about the playoffs, obviously. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and come back for more, because we will be having more film reviews. And again, I'm going to try to get more in depth with looking at just specific players, probably here on out, and especially during the off season and things like that. See how that all shapes up. So again, I appreciate it. Podcast will be coming out. That'll also be available on Spotify, my Substack, papastronos.substack.com, Apple Podcasts, as well as right here on YouTube. So again, have a good one, and we will head to the playoffs to see what these Chiefs can do against the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill's Dolphins. Tyreek will get to come back to Kansas City officially this upcoming weekend.